Valentine's Day is 5 days away, but if you're still loveless, we have tips for you on how to enhance your love and romance section as Kababayan LA starts right now. Happy Wednesday, everyone. 5 days to go before Valentine's Day, and we have more tips for you today on the show. We're giving you tips on how to have a good love life by enhancing your love and romance section of the house. Stick around for that. Also, tips for the men out there. If you're still scrambling to get a gift for your special someone this Valentine's Day, don't worry, help is on the way, and that's also today on the show. But I'm so happy because we have a brand new segment here on Kababayan LA.
Hindi kailangan nakakalito ang batas. Liwanagin natin sa Simply Legal. Brought to you by Attorney Karina Castañeda and Attorney Manny Ibay.
Nagbabalik po and more regularly now on Kababayan LA, Attorney Karina Castañeda. Hello and welcome to Kababayan LA.
Thank you, Janelle.
We got a lot of feedback. The last time you were here, we talked about the cases of Michael Jackson and Lindsay Lohan. Apparently, both cases still not over, but Lindsay Lohan has a different case facing different charges this time. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, apparently she went into Venice retail store, jewelry store, and took a piece of jewelry approximately worth $2,500. She's going to be arraigned today at the LAX court for grand theft.
I'm hearing that it's not just that. There's also a $35,000 Rolex watch and other stuff.
Well, the reason the district attorney filed this case against her is because of her prior criminal convictions, her 2 DUIs, and these prior theft charges that were never filed before. I mean, there were 3 incidences that the district attorney, I'm sure, took a look at. A $400,000 jewelry that was missing from a photo shoot, a $35,000 Rolex, a mink coat, remember, that was alleged that she walked away from at a club. So these things aren't going unnoticed, and so the district attorney filed this as a felony.
Okay.
A 487, it means grand theft. It's unlawful taking of a property valued over $950. Okay?
Okay, so let's talk about grand theft first. Basically, today we're going to be talking about what? Robbery, theft crimes. Okay, and do you find that Filipinos get involved in these kinds of crimes as well?
Of course. I mean, like I said before, we're not immune to criminal activity. Primarily, though, shoplifting, things like that. And
let's first start with shoplifting. How serious is an offense such as shoplifting?
Well, it's punishable in jail. You can maximum of 6 months in jail or $1,000 fine. No employer, you know, when they're looking at your criminal convictions now, and they're looking at everybody's criminal convictions or criminal record, if they see a theft offense like that, you're going to be, you know, they're going to take a look at you. You're not trustworthy. You're dishonest. For immigration purposes, it's a crime of moral turpitude. Okay. If you've had, you know, a prior petty theft and you commit another one, they can file a prior with petty theft. It's a 666. It's a felony. Now that becomes, in the immigration world, an aggravated felony.
And speaking of immigration, if you are a resident, a temporary or a permanent U.S. resident, you may still be in trouble for these convictions. So you have to be very careful. Let's take a look at terms that we're going to be defining today on the show. You started, Karina, earlier with grand theft.
Grand theft. January 1st, 2011, it used to be anything taken over $400 can be filed as grand theft. It's risen to $950 this year, okay? It's now $950. Grand theft is what's called a wobbler. It could be filed as a misdemeanor or a felony. For Lindsay Lohan, they filed it as a felony because of all these circumstances. And the punishment is 1623. 16 months state prison is minimum. Maximum is 3 years state prison. So it's a serious thing.
Okay.
And then there's another one that they could file, which is commercial burglary.
Okay, let's talk about that.
And that is entering a premise with the intent to commit a felony or some sort of theft crime. And yeah, that in our community, I'm also seeing clients come in with charges of, they go into a Target, and they can either file it as a petty theft, but because it's over $950, and they find burglary tools, i.e. scissors, empty, shopping bags, they can say they had intended to enter Target with intention of
stealing something,
taking things.
Okay.
And it becomes a commercial burglary case.
That is why criminal defense lawyers are here to help us. Karina, as a criminal defense lawyer, what can you do? I know that you're able to negotiate, bargain.
For some of my cases, luckily, it's a first-time offense. And there's no criminal conviction in their priors. They're professionals, like a lot of Filipinos are. And those are mitigating facts. You can say she's a nurse, she's a professional, this has never happened before. And there's some defenses such as, she was absent-minded, her kids were screaming. She didn't know she was walking out of Target with all this stuff on her.
Right.
She was working 18 hours straight. She had a recent death or in the family or serious illness in the family right now, so she's a little absent-minded. Now you can negotiate some sort of offer and say, okay, you put her in probation, you put her in anti-theft counseling, you put her in community service, you have a stay-away order from a Target,
and your record is still clear.
And they'll say, after a year, I come back to you and she's clean, we can dismiss this case. These are the negotiations that go through. And the prosecutor looks at you and go, okay, Karina, I'm believing you on this. If she's clean, we'll dismiss.
All right. And that is why we need criminal defense lawyers' help whenever we find ourselves in these kinds of situations. That's the number to call on the screen if you want to schedule your consultation. Thank you so much, and we'll see you more regularly here on Kababayan LA. Welcome back and more power.
Thank you.
Magbabalik pa po ang Kababayan LA. Don't go away.
Kamusta mga kababayan? Ako po si Vince Alaras, former vocalist of South Border. And you can catch me this Thursday, February 10 on Kababayan LA. See ya.
If you've just signed up for Medicare or will soon, there's no time like the present to consider all your health insurance.